Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as the links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen folks, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show here on this channel. Please call in. We're going to be talking about the Jets. We're going to be talking about it all. Call in. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets signing Soloman Thomas and Greg Zuerlein. We got Greg the Leg in the building. You know what I'm saying? So these are some quality signings here. You know, again, as free agency is continuing on, is dwindling down. You know, we're starting to figure out more and more, you know, free agents are signing here, signing there, finding their teams. There's some guys that are still kind of out on the market weighing their options. And we're just constantly getting sneaky little signings to bring in here and continue to make this football team better. So first, I'm going to start with Soloman Thomas. Soloman Thomas, we got him in the building, signed him to a one-year deal, $2.25 million deal. Only 1.91 of it million is guaranteed. So when I saw those numbers for the contract, I said, wow, this is a steal for the New York Jets. This really, really is. Now, here's another guy that the New York Jets have brought in, okay, in free agency, like DJ Reed, that has familiarity with Sulla and his system, okay? This is reuniting Soloman Thomas with a guy that absolutely worked with him earlier in his career. Now, Soloman Thomas and Sulla were together 2017 to 2020 there with the Niners. So, of course, Soloman Thomas is going to be able to come in and have tons of knowledge on what he needs to do being a defensive lineman when they put him in position within this system. Now, Soloman Thomas did tear his ACL in 2020, okay? Now, it's crazy because it happened in a game that they played against us. That was a game where the Niners just destroyed us. They completely destroyed us. That was the game where I think it started off the Niners' first offensive possession. They ran for like an 80-yard touchdown. They just beat the brakes off of us in that game, real talk. And what was crazy about that game was it showed Sulla's brilliance as a defensive coordinator because they came in with major injuries defensively. They were missing a lot of guys, right? But the defense was still performing at a top level. And I remember Soloman Thomas going down, and there were also other Niners players that went down in that game, but I remember him tearing his ACL in particular because I remember the car coming out and they took him off the field, and it was like, wow, that was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, here we are, and, you know, he said he's made amends as well with the field. He's talked to the field, and, you know, they've gone over some things because he said there was issues on the field, and that's why a lot of those players were, you know, getting hurt back then. But he said he's made amends with the field, and he's ready to be here, and he's moved forward. So I'm excited to have Soloman Thomas here. There was a lot of Jets fans that immediately talked about, you know, well, he's never really lived up to his third overall pick because he was the third overall pick in the draft, and this and that, and they had a lot of things to say. And I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, yeah, he's only had 9.5 sacks in 5 years. But this is a guy that we're bringing in that's going to help the defensive line rotation. I think a lot of people don't think about these things when they think about, you know, New York Jets defense. We need depth. And here's a guy that's going to come in and help us with those depth spots. And again, his versatility also helps us too because he can play inside and outside in Sulla's scheme. This is a guy that knows what he needs to do when he comes in here. So when you add him, again, to the depth of the defensive line and put us within the rotation, Carl Lawson, you know, we're hoping to get him back. We'll see what he comes back with. Again, he's coming off that torn Achilles, so we'll see what kind of condition he comes back. But we got Sheldon Rankins in the building as well. Quentin Williams, who we're looking to help, who we're looking to see take that next step forward. Shepard. Then you also got John Franklin Myers, too, on that line. It's getting better and better. And again, this is a guy that can come in and help us, particularly, you know, help us stop the run. I don't know if anybody knows, we were ranked 29th defensively against the run last year. 29th. It was horrific. We were getting ran on by everybody. You go back and you watch that Colts game. I think the first 5 games of the year, we gave up over 100 yards to every team that we played on the ground. It was crazy. It was crazy. So here we are, sitting here with Soloman Thomas now. especially when you lose a guy like Foley Fadukasi, who's gone off and signed with another team in free agency. I like this signing. I think it was a solid steal by the New York Jets. Salutes to Joe Douglas for that. So, next guy I want to talk about, Greg Zuerlein. Listen, Greg Zuerlein is coming in here. He played with the Cowboys last season. He was 29 and 35 as far as field goals. He missed 6 extra points last year as well. I think he was 42 of 48. So when I look at Greg Zuerlein, I look at a guy that I think is coming in here, and we're hoping to see him have kind of a bounce back season. We know we also have, Eddie Pinheiro as well, who we just re-signed. We released Matt Amendola now with these 2 kickers on the roster together. So now when you look at this kicker situation, you say to yourself, okay, we got Pinheiro, we got Zuerlein. To me, this is all about competition at the position. We know that Sulla and JD preach that. You're going to be, competing for your spot. And this is a spot that we need to bring in as many kickers as possible. We truly do. Because we have not been able to find out, who can be the guy for us long-term at the kicker position for years, okay? Ever since we let go of Jason Myers, ever since that, we have been struggling to find the guy at kicker, all right? Let me remind some of y'all of the names, just in case you don't. Vidvik, oh my goodness gracious. We had him at one point. Ficken was here. We had him at one point. He's gone. Castillo was here. We had him at one point. He was gone. McLaughlin was here. We had him at one point. He was gone. We also had Kessman. Kessman was here too. He's gone. We're just a constant rotation at kicker. Over and over and over again of the Jets not being able to find their guy ever since we let, Jason Myers walk out that door and go to Seattle. So now I'm hoping, we're going to get these 2 guys in here and they're going to compete for the spot. Now, Pinheiro, he looked good last year. I think he was 8 for 8. He looked solid, all right? But you're going to be battling for your spot here. And if you can't beat out Greg Zuerlein, then you're probably going to find yourself the door as well. So I like this little, signing. I like them bringing him in. We'll see what we get out of Zuerlein, and we'll see if he can be the guy. Maybe he can rebound here. So I like this move by Joe Douglas as well. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. I want to hear from you folks, man. What are your thoughts about Soloman Thomas? What are your expectations of him? What are your thoughts about some of the things that he's going to be able to do within, Sulla's defensive scheme? Again, he can play inside, outside. The versatility for him in this defensive scheme is just off the charts to me. And what are your expectations for him this season? I know there's a lot of people talking about, hey, we could, be the place where Soloman Thomas finally kind of breaks out and pops, like everybody thought he was. Again, he's the 3rd overall pick in the draft. Also, what are your thoughts about bringing in Greg Zuerlein? How are you feeling about the New York Jets kickers position? You know what I'm saying? Do you think we figured it out? Do you think Pinheiro's the guy? Do you think Zuerlein's the guy? Let me know. Comment down below. Let's go back and forth, all right? You folks have a good one. Peace.